Hey guys, Chuck with RV Tech Tips. On this video we're going to be winterizing a trailer. So let's get started. This is a 2019 Coachman Clipper. And the first thing we got to do is drain the water in the tanks. So we're going to go to the water heater first. This is the anode rod. That's how we're going to drain the water heater. It's already empty, by the way. I just wanted to show you how to drain it. Might be a little bit of water left in there. There's the anode rod. We had some freezing weather a couple days ago, so I drained it, all the water, and I haven't had the antifreeze yet. So once it's empty, put that back in so we don't forget. If it's all corroded, you can go ahead and just replace that. You should probably replace it every year. And then you'll also have a bunch of standing water here when you're done. You probably want to wipe that off because this is sealed up, but if you just have standing water in here, eventually it might get into the bottom of this base pan and onto the floor. So you want to wipe that up before you're done. Next, find your low point drains. On this trailer, this is for the tank. I know the tank's empty, so I'm not going to mess with that. These are your low point drains. One's for hot, one's for cold. Like I said, I know this is empty, but I just want to show you how to do it. So empty the tank, or empty the freshwater line, and then close the valve. This one just has a cap. Just tighten that back up. Alright, time to go inside. This is actually the second time I've winterized this trailer this year. I always winterize it and then I get the itch to go camping again. So then I drain all the antifreeze out and fill it back with water, but that's all right. It's easy to do, and the antifreeze is pretty cheap, so I'm not too worried about that. So next, find your water heater bypass, which is going to be in the back of the water heater. Right here. So on this one, I got 3 different valves here, and the way the valve is facing, that's the way water is going to be flowing. So we know if it's facing this way, water is on. So we want to turn that off. And also on the cold water, turn that off. You see this valve in the center, that's what links the hot and cold together. So what we want to do is turn that on. That way the antifreeze is going to go through one hose. It'll go through the hot and the cold. That way we're getting antifreeze through all of our lines. Okay, now we go to the pump. And on this trailer and a lot of newer trailers or RVs, it's going to have a bypass or a winterize valve on it. So all we got to do is we'll take this cap off. unfortunately I forgot my extension. I usually have an extension to hook into here, but I forgot it, so I think we could do it without it. Let's see it. So there's the valve right there. So we want to move that valve up. Just like that. And then we get our antifreeze. Shove this hose into the gallon here. See, that's why I like to have the longer extension. That kind of makes me nervous having it sitting like that, but that's okay. It should be all right. All right, next we turn the pump on. So find your pump switch. Mine's right up here. Water pump on. So now it's sucking some of that antifreeze. Next thing we do is go to the nearest faucet, which this one will be the kitchen faucet. Let's go ahead and run some water. So it turns pink. There we go. Now on the hot side, wait till it turns pink. We need to adjust our gallon here. Have to get a fresh one. Again, that's why having a longer extension would be a lot easier, because I can only fit this about halfway down the gallon. Well, that's all right. Let's get this down as far as we can. Okay. Now back to the kitchen faucet. There we go. Just until we get a steady flow. Now our next water source would be the toilet. So flush the toilet until you see pink. There we go. And then lastly, the shower. Alright, shower. Let's get this out of the way. There we go. Remember, hot and cold. And then also some through the shower head. There we go. Okay, we got one more faucet, which is going to be the outside shower. You don't want to forget about that, especially since it's outside. It'd be even colder there. It's those freeze up pretty easily. So here's your outside shower. Turn it on. One at a time, cold. There. And then also hot. Alright, now the last thing we need to do is go back to those low point drains and open them up to make sure we got antifreeze all the way down to the low point drains. So, back to here, open that valve. Yep, it's pink. Make sure it's pink coming out of here. There we go. And then, last thing you gotta do is whatever you have left in your gallon, pour it down each sink. Just a little bit. For one, it'll put antifreeze in the P-traps, and also you want some antifreeze into your gray water tank and your black water tank. That way they don't freeze in there either. But yeah, that's all you gotta do. It protects all your plumbing. Plumbing can be really expensive if you have a freeze up. Plus, it could do major damage to your floors and walls and everything. So you want to make sure everything's antifreeze, winterized, ready to go. That way, even if you're not sure if it's going to freeze up right away, you don't want it to all of a sudden get some freezing weather and then all of a sudden you forget that your RV is not winterized. But yeah, thanks for watching.